So this here is Yankee Springs Loop. It is various trails that connect the Yankee Springs State Park and the Berry State Gaming Area. This loop is going to be about 20 miles long. So most of the trail is going to be dirt roads. There is a variety of different terrain though. It's going to be primarily dirt, gravel, a lot of sand. Most of it is probably sand. There will be rocks, and there is a couple of stretches that will be pavement for a short while.
Here's the Devil's Soup Bowl, Graves Hill. We're going to be going through the left direction here, and it looks like it's going to be a little sandy over here.
All right, coming around here, it looks like you get a little bit of an embankment here. It's going to get you leaning a little bit. Oh, as I come around here, I could see I'm going to get even leaning a little bit more on this side. So, nothing too serious, but makes it for a little interesting stretch there. You know, I really couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Today's actually Labor Day in 2024. Sun is shining. It's just a beautiful day. It's not too hot, not too cold. It was just a great day to go out and hit a few trails.
Oh boy. Not super big, but coming up to a little bit of a hill here. Nice view. This is not a difficult trail to navigate through, but it is kind of interesting. It's great for people just to kind of get out, do a little bit of wheeling, but also for people who might be new to doing off-roading. Yeah, fun little place to start. Just kind of get you used to being a little bit off canter. It has some small rocks, nothing major. Don't need very high clearance to get through. And like through here, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of takes you through. It's got some little holes and divots. Makes it kind of interesting to go through. Has some little areas like this for pull off if you need to stop for just a second or two as well. All right, so this is one of the more challenging parts of the course, or trail. Still not very difficult at all. Beginner can definitely do this. But I like doing these type of routes because even though they're not super challenging, it's still a little interesting, and I just like being out in the woods, not just going to an off-road park all the time. This gets kind of sandy through here. I just like being out in nature as I'm going off-roading. A little bit rocky through here, going up a slight hill. Nothing major, just would take it a little bit slow.
All right, since it is quite difficult to see with the filming how the road really looks, I thought this was a prime opportunity to get out and show you a little bit of how the road can still be a little bit rutted and not all that even, kind of give you a better idea of the way it looks.
The point of coming out and doing off-roading is to see all the beautiful scenery. Really nice looking field out here with really tall grass. So the navigation system I'm using is OnX for off-roading. One of the things I'm noticing as I'm going through is I run it through my phone, but sometimes I wanted to get out and do some filming, so I have to disconnect from the car, and then when I get back in, sometimes the screen will just be black and I don't see anything. My solution for that is just to actually unplug it from the USB port, plug it back in, and brings it back up. So this stretch of the loop here is primarily just a dirt road. You've actually seen quite a few cars drive through at a somewhat rather quick pace. Even saw some resident houses as well, so not quite as secluded as the first stretch of it. Alright, so at this point we're coming up to a somewhat busier highway. Looks like the trail right across Zoom in there. A little bit more rustic, a little bit more difficult. This is primarily all rock right through here. So as I mentioned earlier, Onyx isn't coming up. It just has a blank or black screen like that. So I'm just gonna unplug it, wait a few seconds, plug it in, and fingers crossed. All right, so I've seen some other videos on this, and you see this little painted boulder out here. This is where some of the guys who like to flex their trucks, their Jeeps, kind of pull up on that. Note the one there on the right too, so a couple little boulders right there.
All right, nothing super fancy, nothing super big here. Now it's not a big flex, but you have to have a little bit of fun, right?
It's very sandy, kind of rutted out sand. I mean, the good part is it's soft sand, so not too worried about bottoming out. It's not that rutted out anyway. A little bit deeper ruts over here in the dirt. It's a fun little trail. Didn't see too many people so far. Did this, you know, back there by that rock with that you could do the flex on. Seen a Jeep pulling up. Well now. Twist and turning part of it is just about over. It looks like it's just going to be straight up, making a right, going straight and coming back. So I'm enjoying this Yankee Springs trail quite a bit. It's, you know, it's a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to continue straight. You can follow the blue line there, but right here, it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. It has this green, and then it just kind of breaks up in the middle there and turns green again. And that's going to be this offshoot right through here. Be interesting to look into further, explore a little bit, maybe next time.
Well, as you can see, going through here is quite bumpy. Kind of get you bouncing all over the place. It makes for a little interesting stretch here. You can see here we're going to be going through. It's kind of carved out and kind of deep down in the little gully there. Pretty sandy through here.
Kind of a fun little stretch of the Yankee Springs Loop. It, you know, kind of shakes you back and forth a little bit. Nothing major, but fun to drive.
So the park does have a lot of history behind it. It was once the hunting grounds for the Algonquin Indians and their famous chieftain, Chief Noonday. One of the roads out here is actually named after him, along with one of the lakes. Then the site was later further established in 1835 when Yankee Bill Lewis owned and operated a hotel along the stagecoach run from Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids.
All right, you can see right here at the arrows where we are. Now we just have this straight stretch up and we're done. And this straight stretch through here is a little bit different. This is primarily more of a gravel road compared to the other ones, which were very sandy. Lime green swamp as we pass by. A little bit of a hill here. This ought to be interesting. My map tells me that I'm going to keep going straight, but all I see up there is trees. Ah, here we go. Actually, we came from here earlier, came and went that route. And now we just did our little crossover.
know the weather's been pretty dry for a while now, but I hear that this trail can get quite muddy and some areas deep. And as you can see going through here, I could imagine this getting quite deep with the water and the mud, which would definitely make this trail a lot more challenging. So this park does have a lot to offer besides just this off-roading loop. It has a lot of rugged terrain, obviously, bogs, marshes, lakes, and streams. And it has a lot of mountain bike trails and horseback trails if you like to do that. There is some beaches, and there's some picnic shelters, and there's even some camping grounds. And there's even 2 different fishing piers, one at the Gun Lake and one at Deep Lake. And during the wintertime, there is more than 10 acres of ski trails, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ice fishing as well. Since this is state gaming land, you do have to be careful during the hunting season, as you know, hunters will be out and it can make it, a little dangerous. If you so decided to come out during that time, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have something orange, a vest, jacket, or even a hat in case something happened to your vehicle and you had to get out and walk.
This part of the trail is really dug down deep. Makes it kind of cool to drive through. Alright, so we have a trail that goes off to the left, and this one here. So if you take that little offshoot to the left, it actually brings you down to this little lake. There's some walking trails here. Nice, serene, quiet lake. A couple people out on some kayaks. So there's a few vehicles here. There's me over there. A couple more vehicles here. Looks like at night sometimes people might do a little bonfire here. But a cool little offshoot if you wanted to do some kayaking, if you wanted to just grab some lunch, walk a few trails. Nice little area. All right, so a little quick stop at the lake. Don't have a lot of time, kind of running behind. Got to get my son back to college. But it's a nice little place if you wanted to stop, grab a bite to eat, do some kayaking, just get out, stretch your legs a little bit. And now it's back off to the trail. All right, let's get back to the trail and finish this thing up. Last stretch here, couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Today's actually Monday, it's Labor Day, so I was able to have the day off from work and come spend it with my son who just recently went off to college. So really fun time for us. Kind of blinded coming up this hill here though with that sun. I guess a little shake and bake too much, knocking my son all over the truck. Okay, so this area here, it's kind of easy to see. If it's been raining out, this is probably going to be a pretty good mud hole. It's rutted out pretty good, but you can easily get around it. But if it was filled with water, it would definitely be more challenging because you wouldn't know where those ruts are. So that was Yankee Springs Loop. I found it, quite fun. I really enjoyed it. We're now here at the end of it, and the navigation system I used to help me get through this was OnX Off-Road. They have it already pre-mapped out for you. Nice, easy to follow. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.